Hi angels, I'm Miss Quiet Queen and you're now tuned into the Quiet Queen Project. Welcome back to my channel once again. Wow, it's been a while, so let me jump right into it. I'm going to talk about numbers today. I was drawn to talk about numbers because everybody is bringing up numbers to me. Look what time it is. Look what time. Especially my husband, he's running into a lot of three-digit numbers. You know, like 333, 444, 111. I keep telling him there's some messages that's coming to him. But anyway, numbers are very important. Everything is math. Math is everything. Learn about you. You are a very intricate being. And I always told you guys you have a song that was created when you were born. There was a sound that was created when you were born. There was a name that was created when you were born. That will be your true name. So let's talk about numbers specifically. I am using a book that I've been using for years. You all can go and get it. It's called The Complete Idiot's Guide to Numerology, and it is a workbook. I love this book. It is written by Patricia Kirkman and Catherine A. Gleason. Let's talk about destiny numbers. I'm going to talk about other numbers too, but I want you guys, I'm just going to show you, in case you don't have this book yet, I'm going to show you how to get your destiny number, how to figure it out, and what it means. So this might be a little lengthy, but I'll try to go as fast as I can. Let me read from this book, okay? Your core, the real you. We all have four numbers that are considered our core numbers. Look closely at your core numbers because many numerologists use different names for the core numbers. Let's take the mystery out of the terminology. Here's a list of four core numbers along with some of the most commonly used names. The core numbers is your destiny number, also known as your life path or your birth path number, your soul urge number, also known as the heart's desire or soul path, your inner self number. You have an inner self number. This is also your destiny number for your inner dreams. It's based on all the consonants of your full birth name. Um, Expression number is also known as the personality number and the potential number, or it is found by adding the number value of the letters in your birth full name. Now, your destiny number, let's go back up there. Soul urge, you add up all the vowels in your full birth name, but your destiny number, this is what we're going to work on today. Okay, and another time we'll do the soul urge number, the inner number, and when we're all finished, because I'm going to go ahead and start back this series, because you remember a long time ago, back in 2012, 2013, I was doing series on my videos, but I didn't get a lot of people watching part 2 and 3 and 4. So I stopped doing it. Let me start this back up again, see if you guys are interested. When we're finished, you all are going to have a birth chart just like this. If you follow along with me, you should have your own birth chart. Wouldn't y'all like that? That's awesome. Okay, so I missed my page. Calculate your destiny number. Okay. By the birth path or your destiny number is found by adding all the numbers of your birth date. Here's how you do it. Okay, follow along. An example of how to calculate your destiny number. Okay, I'm going to use October 9th, 1960. Okay, that's the birth date I'm going to use. Now, October, of course, is the 10th month. So we start with the number 10, 10. Remember that after you add all the numbers up, you will start reducing. You reduce four-digit numbers like the total we have below by adding the first two digits. Okay, so then adding the second two digits. All right, let me show you what they have. Okay, so look. You have the 10 and the 9 You have 1960. Their birthday was October 9th, 1960. And notice how they did it here? Oh, it's backwards. Y'all can't see it. I'm gonna have to fix my camera so y'all can see that. But anyway, it's 10/9 and then 1960. So you add um, the 10 plus 9 is 19 to the 1960, which is 1979. And then you put it side by side. 19, you have the 19, and then you add the 7 and the 9. You go all the way across. Okay? So finding your destiny number is your birth date. This one is, like I said, it's October 9th, 1960. Yours could be May 5th, 1992. Put your birth month up here. Put the day of your birth month. And then underneath that, the year you were born. And then do it long ways like this. This person, after they added it all the way up, it was 26, but you reduce it by adding the 2 and the 6. 2 plus 6 is 8. So this person's a destiny number is a number 8. Okay, so once you do all of that, you get the destiny number. Y'all got it? Do you need to pause? Redo it? I can say it one more time. Your destiny number, you take your birth month, write it down. The day you were born, write it under your birth month. And the year you were born, write that under. So if you was born October 9th, 1960, you'll put 10/9/1960, add them up long ways. Got it? Good. Let's talk about what they mean. What your destiny number means. Your path number, your life number, what it is intended for you to do. And I love reading these even for like younger children, like my grandchildren or other little cousins. You know, you can learn a lot about what their personality may be like by figuring out their destiny numbers. But make sure you do a incantation of protection, and don't tell anybody a young child's destiny number. You know, okay, and I get into that as the series go on. Okay, all right. So I'm just gonna go ahead and read a little bit what it says. More on your destiny. We're gonna talk about. All right. In earlier chapters, you read about what the individual numbers mean, but let's take a peek at numbers 1 through 9 as destiny numbers. Each destiny number has its own strength and weakness. Okay, if your destiny number is a 1, your strengths are leadership, self-sufficiency. Your weaknesses are bossiness and prone to extremes. Destiny number 2, you're a lover, peacemaker, and partner. Your weaknesses are overly sensitive and a loner. If your destiny number is a 3, you are imaginative, creative, and social. But your weaknesses are you lack discipline and you're scatterbrained. If your destiny number is 4, you're a hard worker and you're practical. But your weaknesses are you're rigid and you're stuck in routine. You find yourself stuck in routine. Destiny number 5, just daring and adventurous and carefree. Your weaknesses are restless, easily bored. If your destiny number is the number 6, then you are nurturing and you're family oriented. But your weaknesses are you're too opinionated. It's okay to have an opinion, but you always got an opinion about everything because that's annoying. People don't like you for that. And I'm serious. Chill out. Don't be so opinionated. It's not always necessary to voice your opinion all the time. Sometimes it's best to be still and be quiet. Number 7 is spiritual. If your destiny number is a 7, you're just very spiritual. Your spiritual curiosity is at a high by the time you realize your destiny number. is 7. Your weaknesses for destiny number 7 is eccentric, aloof, and fearful. You scary. If your destiny number is an 8, then you are practical, good with material side of things, and leadership. You're good at leaderships. And your weaknesses are, basically the same thing almost. You're a power seeker. You always want that power seeker status. If your destiny number is a number 9, then you are creative, like an actor, an artist, and you're a global thinker. Your weaknesses for destiny number 9, is that you have bad habits. Okay, so that's it for the destiny number. We're already over 10 minutes, and I wanted to do the approach numbers and your sub-cycles and things like that, but we're not going to do that right now. Maybe you guys let me know how you want me to run this series, because as I said before, by the time we finish with this series, we are going to have a birth chart. Yeah, you're going to have a birth chart, and you're going to have all your numbers, your approach numbers. So do this as like homework, you guys. Take the alphabet like this. Take the alphabet and write the alphabet out every 10 letters, okay? Or 5 letters. And then put the number underneath, okay? Because that's one of the ways that we're going to find out some of your numbers. You have to add a number to the letter. See, here is part of the chart. Your chart is going to look like this, and it's going to be very helpful. And we're going to add it with some astrology tips as well, so you'll know what's going on with you. And we're also going to be talking about colors. All right, so different colors have different meanings, and they mean certain things as well. We're going to talk about what your personal day is, what your personal year is, and all of that. And we can even find out the personal year for each country that we live in. Okay, we can find out what the personal year and all the numbers to Donald Trump if we want to. Figure out what his next move might be, for what it's worth. All right, so that is it for that. I have so many things that I just want to show you guys. This right here is a really good book. I'm not going to tell you what's in it, but if you want to go buy it, you can. This is called Protection. I don't know if I should even mention this one, because somewhere in this book it said they don't even want nobody talking about their book on. I gotta make sure it's okay for me to mention it, but it is a reversal magic book. If you feel like something is happening and somebody's doing something, then you can return it to sender. Now here are some. Remember I told you guys about the sigils. These are very important. Very important. Very important. Very important. Make a sigil. Under here is the phrase, and then you go up and you take out all of the vowels. You take out all the vowels and you only use the consonants, and then you end up with the consonants up here, and then you just start putting the letters together. If you look, these are all the letters in this phrase. This is the phrase that I wished. So this is the phrase that you wish for. Then you go up here and you just use all of the consonants, and you cross it out. Each time you cross out don't put, like, if your phrase have more than like 2 or more K's, for example, you only use 1 K when you're doing that. Anyway, I'm not gonna go ahead and talk about these too much. I did do a video on how to make sigils, and these really do work. It's so amazing how quickly they work, so fast they work, So if Someone asked me, well, you didn't tell us how to activate it. And I'm not going to tell you how to activate it, at least not on YouTube. But I may do it on my website and have you guys come and do classes. But sometimes you have to figure things out on your own. When you're given too much information, it doesn't really resonate, or people just kind of take advantage of it. And a lot of times we take advantage of stuff and we don't realize we're taking advantage of it. So it's just better to not give people too much. That way they'll you go and do the research on your own and you find out. Okay. Um, I'm just sitting here with some of my books, and I don't really know. Well, you know what, you guys? I'm going to show you this book right here. I think something is telling me don't talk about these other books, but this one right here, Words of Power, Secret Magical Sounds That Manifest Your Desires. This is by Damien Brand. It's raggedy. It's a paperback. Y'all get this book. Get this book. I'm telling you. It is not as informative as it can be. I do know that there are some words of power that are not in this book. This book was created just for like beginners, because I can tell the person that wrote this book, he don't want to give out too much heavy stuff because people can abuse it. And that's why the current Jews, did y'all know who the real Jews were? But the current Jews, and the rabbis and everything, they kept this on lock. This is a secret. But now they're getting wind from spirit teams all over the universe that it's time for people to have this knowledge. It's time for this knowledge to be unfolded and to be looked at. But they did not put some really, they left out a lot of stuff in this book. And some of the words of power that they give you is kind of repetitious. That's the only thing those are the things I don't like about this book, but I still say get it anyway, so you'll at least be abreast on it. And when you do your meditations, you can desire and bring to you the other words of power. Okay? But another thing I want to talk to you guys about, sometimes I get messages from you guys saying that you see images, you see shadows and things like, and you want to know what these things are. When you find this, when you see this kind of, I'm gonna need you to turn that down. Turn that down. Ask, always ask for their true name. If you run into an entity or an energy, no matter if it feels good, I'm gonna need you to turn it down. No matter if it's a good or bad, immediately you ask, what is your true name? No, matter of fact, be firm. Tell me your true name. And it has to tell you, even if it's malevolent. Now, if it's benevolent, it probably won't tell you. You just have to figure out another way. But I think that demand was specifically made for malevolent entities, energies, and you ask what their true name is. That way, you can control it. Like if somebody knew your true name, they can control you. Y'all, please excuse me. I am just looking a hot mess, but who cares? I've been cleaning all day. But anyway, I haven't been really feeling like sitting in front of the camera lately. I don't know. I just don't want to do it. You guys, basically this is it, what I was telling you. I can just give you like one or two, this is what it looks like. The whole book. Okay, it's just alright. So say for example, it's protection from violence. I'll do that one. This is um, the paragraph talking about how to protect yourself from violence, and over on this side is the words of power. Now, you have to read the beginning, and it will show you how to read the words of power, and they're very easy. They look like regular words. Let's see, protection from. Did I say I was going to do that one? Protection from violence. If you suspect or fear violence, this magic can help you protect you. It's it works whether you fear violence in general, violence from specific groups of people, or even from individuals you know well. You should always take real world steps. If you fear violence, of course, get out of the way and call the police if you can. They just have to say that as a disclaimer. But for situations where you feel the need for supernatural protection, this magic is beautiful and calming. Okay, so that would be this here. What you do is you just take your eyes and you just glance over like this. And it's always from right to left, okay? And here are the words that you said. This is the same as this, but this right here is how it's written out phonically in English. And this is how you say it. I'm going to show it to you again first. Ad ear on, tezu tak yishu hak ovahavaha nafli elav. And you know what? You really don't have to even understand it. You don't have to say it perfectly. You do need to say it as perfectly as you can. And you only need to say it once, really, for that one time. But you do need to know the formalities, how to activate them in the beginning is in this book. So that's it, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. And stay tuned to the Numerology Series. I'm bringing them series back. I'm bringing the Dream Series back. I'm bringing the Numerology Series back. I'm bringing, I have different series, y'all. Let me know if you guys missed those. And I want you to stay tuned. Make sure that you stay subscribe to my channel, because sometimes subscriptions get lost and they get unsubscribed for whatever reason. Stay subscribed. And if you're one of the ones that have donated to my channel, I appreciate it very much. Haven't gotten much donations, but every little bit helps, and we're getting that website together and everything. So I do appreciate if you can check back within the next week or so to see if my Patreon and GoFundMe accounts are up, and we're gonna have a lot more in store for you guys. Thank you for subscribing, and you all stay in the light.